19.
Not which year he was employed. Which grade? Does he know which grade he was employed at?
Grade. Yenta grade 1, 1994, nga voluntary ke, 95 year employee.
I started in 1994 as a voluntary worker. Then 1995 they employed me, grade 1.
And you've just said that you're not literate. You cannot read and write English.
Yes.
Okay. So when you're going to deliver letters or correspondence, how do you know where they're going to?
Ni bita letero lu sambala nin kaiti kotongolu sa ikalo nyadi le konyili nyanta tala nyin dinkira karle.
Ni ba dilana.
When they are giving me those documents,
Ikanemu nyin tikle.
they tick the name.
And nintata ninga dia marila.
And if I go and hand it over to the person,
Ye damen tik.
where they ticked,
Anyanta je sign la nga letero diala.
he will sign the ticked area and then I leave the document with him.
And who enters the details of the letters in your way book?
Jumale dunka o letero la kunya lu safe bukoto inim buko men kata ka fole way book.
Way book. Nunto amantara je ni labangole na ta dunde regot officer.
Formerly, there was nobody doing that job, but it was just later that they brought somebody as a register who will enter those things in the way book.
So before this registrar was there to enter details in the way book, who entered them in your way book?
Janel when you register sotona. Follow to wato me wotiji. Jumale ka isafe buko nyimbala.
Wotumo nka sambale babali ka dia marila ngana ngafa ko ngadiala.
In those days, I just take the letters and other correspondence to the person identified, and I'll hand them over and talk to the person verbally.
So you did not have a way book before?
Akotumo way book talibulu.
Hani way book tembulo otumo.
In those days, we don't have a way book.
So when did you start using a way book?
Wati jumalom ali way book sotong.
Way book kai wola dungo mame in 2000 dal kata 2001.
Well, the advent of the way book there was restarted in 2000 towards 2001.
Okay. So have you been promoted from when you started work in 1995 to date?
Biredo ko damuta 1995 kanabula sign. Foye la palaso la fale bang.
Ha ya la pale.
Yes, I was promoted.
Okay. From what position to what position?
Ye bondi palas jumale to ye samba palas jumato.
Ye mbondi grade kabringa 10 years soto kana 15 ka ye mbondi grade 1 ye samba grade 3.
When I was there for 10 to 15 years, I was removed from grade 1 and I was taken to grade 3.
Na ye samba grade 4.
Now I have been promoted to grade 4 presently.
Do you know when you were promoted?
Yalo ne lungume yela palaso la fakata grade 4.
Ngamira 2020 kata 2021 dal o watu le samba grade 4.
I think it was in 2020 or 2021 that was the time when I was promoted to grade 4.
Okay. So you said that you started the field dealing business in 2004. Is that correct?
Akwe ni safaru damuta 2024 sangole kono.
2004.
2004 for 2024.
Yes, 2004.
2024.
2024.
2024. Nga business on you follow.
Yes, I started business in 2024.
Sorry, no. I said his statement said that he started the field dealership business in 2004.
Akwe ye ni wafiro damuta 2004 sangole kono. Yes, that's true.
Okay. Well, I'll leave it in the commission's hands, but I don't have a lot of questions for the witness.
Okay, I'm just informed that he doesn't have anywhere to stay, so we can, if he's
Okay,
a sort
I'll
of
be brief. And you started supplying Janjanbureh Area Council fuel in 2006, correct?
2006 lo ya damata ka Janjanbureh area council supply nim fuel.
But what more amanke komi ntelemuila full supply today.
Well, it doesn't mean that I was their full supplier at that time.
What more ikasandiro ken ikandintea donto rolem fang ikasandiro kele esansero to samako no ni fenketa ikante donto.
Well, what happens is that they buy from the petrol stations during the rainy season. But when they are short of cash, they will come to me and borrow from me.
Okay, so do you supply fuel to other people in Janjanbureh area?
Fodu Janjanbureh la uma fon la dolu fana luka essence ke supply le ba.
Ante ka wafiro ke bada la jele bari nte damante de.
Yes, they sell fuel at the seaside there, but I am not the only person doing that business.
Okay, so did you register your business before 2021?
Fodu ila business oni ya asafele ka register janin 2021.
Ani to ma register otumo ka giare ni era council nyole jo because otumo ni government man link business la.
Yeah, we pay the GRA and area council because at that time our business was not linked to the government.
Sorry, were you registered? Did you register your business before 2021?
But in 2021, amunta imela safaro imela business ima register.
Ani.
No.
Okay, so you first registered the business in 2021.
Amunta 2021 long yela business oni safaro ya register.
Because covering council seat ako nke don to gasolo la sama kono ni manketa. So ilafta contract code ilana for 2 years. So nyine keta ila sababu te fruye contract code in 2 years. Bari or 2 years so man complete. Danta 1 year. So
what happened is that the reason for that 2021 when they were borrowing fuel from me, they wanted to give me a contract. It is because of that contract that they wanted to give me, which brought about the registering of the business. But in fact, they told me it was going to be 2 years, but instead it ended only with 1 year.
So kamala kabrio fonye nata komboja ngana registration beke jane ngana timu namba bondi banjunu data jana kan ngana fenko bondi je GPP ngana registration ngabe bondi jane nata moro.
So when I was given that information about the contract, I came to Banjul, I registered my business, I took my TIN certificate to be able to give out my TIN number, and then I registered my business and I acquired the necessary documents before going back to Janjanbureh.
Thank you. Now, you took a loan from the council, right?
Yes, I took a loan from the council.
And the loan was supposed to be repaid in 2 installments?
Because August la ending fonyo en nadulale wutu ngaje ko tumo ninga ko do boni na business o kono be boylale so ngaje ko ningetel dondo be business ola se jono into 2 category instead of ya kenye civil service monthly payment iko mbajo la 2 category men 25 so first one nga 25 jo second one nga 27 jo 2000 okata 50,000 interest ngaw jo 10.
What happened was that in August a big storm took place there and there was a heavy wind which destroyed my business center. So if I want to make that place out of my money, I will be bankrupt. So I decided to go to council and borrow money from them. They said, okay, now if we give you this money, you will pay it in 2 installments. And I had that agreement with them. The first installment, I paid them 25,000. The second installment, I paid them 27,000 because the extra on top of the 25 was the tax I was supposed to pay.
So the loan amount was supposed to be paid in 2 months?
Yes.
And it was supposed to be paid by the end of October 2022?
October 2022. Yes.
But you finished paying it in March 2023?
Barinata Banjola March Karola kono 2023.
Because otumo kodo nyimansi wala kenda later.
Because at that time I didn't have enough.
Amansi ale wala na later.
I was unable to collect enough money. This is why I was unable to pay the whole amount at that time. This is why the payment became late.
And did they charge you any extra interest?
Ako fodung ye lankang ye bula ye jorin di lankang wala lebang.
Wala mo 2000 onyinde.
That is the extra 2,000 on top of
The 50,000?
Yes.
So other than that 2,000, they didn't charge you any other interest?
Ako wulifulo kola imang lankang kotela ikang.
Imang fel lanka.
No, they didn't ask me to pay anything apart from that 2,000.
Do you have the contract that was prepared for you and the area council?
Ako foye contract ko sotone men dada itening area council tema.
Agreetale ya fonye iko sai nga contract ko dila for 2 years. Agreeta wala.
Aliya fole fale man kaito dada.
Ye kaito dada le bari imang copy le dina bari ye kaito dada le.
The document was prepared, but I was not given a copy. I was just told verbally, but they have the document which they prepared for this contract.
Did you sign that document?
Ako kaito duite a sign lebang.
Ndema sign.
I didn't sign it.
Okay. Do you pay trade license fees?
Ako fodo ika license jole julaya kamabang.
Jole.
Yes, I paid.
Would you have receipts for that?
For neo joy ka risito dilale.
Council fangol ta.
Yeah. Dumale ka dila council for. For risito lu jumanyo le kay dila.
Revenue officer.
I pay to the revenue office and they give me the receipts.
Okay, can we just see those?
Nga sanji fula rona nade.
Chairperson, I'll apply to tender the trade license receipts provided by the witness and evidence of payment of income tax for 2020. Can't see this. 2020 and 2021. But I'll apply that copies be made so that we can retain the copies and then the originals be given back to the witness. You can give him this back.
the payment for trade license for the year 2021 from Dembo Giikineh to the Janjanbureh Area Council, and the trade license payment receipt dated the 4th of April 2022 are admitted together and marked as LGC/DG/JAC/002.
Mr. Commission, please.
The income tax receipt payment to GRA for the year dated the 29th of February 2020, and the GRA receipt dated 23rd of August 2021 are admitted together and marked as LGC/DG/JAC/003.
As a commission, please.
It is also hereby ordered that these originals be copied and the originals be returned to the witness. The copies be maintained in the file.
I'm grateful. Mr. Giikineh, do you have an idea about how much fuel Janjanbureh Area Council takes from you in a month, in terms of dollar sales?
Ako foy hakilo sa mutale Janjanbureh Area Council ika isanso yirko menta ibulu dalasi kodoto abe kanyana jellema dalasi kodoto ika menta ibulu.
Well, hakilo ta mutanola barika fuelo menta kasiale because Janjanbureh Area Council mol kanale je kane dani fuelo la ike isu fuelo la me yaka manke telephone la mototi ba anda abuka ke government motol
isanso di modol
akake government motol le te fang abuka ke private de.
Well, what happens is I cannot really catch up all that in mind, but they take a lot of fuel from me, because what happens at the Janjanbureh Area Council is I see other government vehicles coming there to take fuel from them. So whatever is the agreement there, I don't know, but they take a lot of fuel from me, and part of that fuel I see other government vehicles coming there to take fuel from them.
So when you say other government vehicles, you mean government vehicles that are not Janjanbureh Area Council vehicles?
Ako ni ko man moto kudulu meni alon ko ketaman sakunda motol ti bari imanke Janjanbureh Area Council fong la motol. Yes.
And how do you know that you should supply them fuel? Do they come with a Janjanbureh Area Council staff?
Ako fodun wolu ni Janjanbureh Area Council do kulal le kana bang fodun.
No, ye formal dadaje formal yo le create. Procurement officer la computer to o fomoni procurement officer la telephone number bije director of finance la telephone number bije CEO la telephone number bije procurement officer la kawo fomo dada isulata amount o menna anin date ni akaka fomo bala ini wo kayto le kana ka dintela ni yo dinan kay isu felo la.
Okay, what happens is the procurement officer prepares a document which is in his computer. So that document is signed by the CEO Ninjuma.
Passe Sise.
No, CEO Palace Lefo.
Procurement officer
is signed by the procurement officer himself,
director of finance,
the CEO and the director of finance. These are the three signatories to that document. And on that document, that's where they always put the amount of fuel that they need from me. So when they bring that amount, that document to me, so that's the amount of fuel I always issue to them.
So the people that you say have come to buy fuel, have come to collect fuel from you, that you said are other government vehicles. Do they come with that paper?
Ako nyilumenu kana esanso ta Janjanbureh Area Council. It will fonglu kana itele kan iniwo kaito bang fodum ite ka bedi Janjanbureh Area Council le itul yata wol
Janjanbureh Area Council la staffo wala kana nka di wol to yala because nte mawol.
Okay, what happens is it is always the staff of the Janjanbureh Area Council who comes with this document. Then I will supply the person with the amount of fuel in the paper, and that's the amount of fuel they'll take away and give it away.
Okay, and what about family members of the staff of Janjanbureh Council? Do you supply them fuel?
Ako Janjanbureh Area Council la do kulalu ila badingulu wolem bading sutungulu fo wol fanal kana jele pour ka essence o taban
ani
no,
mbokadi badin
they don't come there, the relatives don't come there.
ma essence di
What about individuals, or is it only government vehicles that come and collect?
Ako fodum mo kotengulu fanalu kasoto le menu kana fodum man sakunda motolu damma wolle kanaji.
no well ntel la korosilo e mendina man sakunda moto limentata trek ala fueli banta andu ani era council staff le nyolo ase taya fo e ko mako yen febo fuelo men ben futandila.
Yes, what happens is that in many cases when Janjanbureh area council staff go on trek and they are short of fuel, what they do is they will use a staff of the Janjanbureh area council and tell that staff that, well, I am short of fuel. Can you please help me through the council so that I can get enough fuel that will complete my trek? So that's the time when they will prepare that document, and that staff of the area council will come with the document to me.
Do you supply them the fuel in gallons, or do you have a pump?
Ako silandu ike supply nyadile ika galon male sumanka dila.
Ha ntel kata nyin 20 liter ngawle samba essence roto.
We always take these 20-liter gallons and fill them up at the petrol station and hand them over.
So you have those 20-liter gallons stored in your compound?
Ako fo wo liter muang galon be bulle jamal le be bul.
Mbe na stobe badala ma men na resuo kono bari suo kono fana mbe da men na fenso na fenso la karatanta ngadla dada je nga utas nka bidon ke woto bara anim bungo be jam fare comme ni bungo fence ten ko da fenso e banta e fenko kabala e bidon o kije bara man tra ko da kono.
Okay, I have a lot of those gallons since I was selling at the seaside. So it was just recently that I relocated to my home, to my compound. But even in my compound, I made a shed where I will put these gallons. Even if you are far away coming towards my compound, you will see them stacked up where I keep these gallons, these empty gallons, so that if people come and need fuel, those empty gallons, I will take them and fill them up.
So where do you store the fuel that you put in the gallons?
Ako sila ni essence ke o galon lu kono yeke ke min tole.
Ngeke o sto kono len data le fo fire service ngai kayto soto jele pour yena ya confirm fo fuelo se tarano jeba ngai bondi jele.
I have a document here which was given to me by the Fire and Rescue Service Department, because when I wanted to store these gallons in my compound with fuel, I thought that there might be an issue. So this is why I went to the Fire and Rescue Department and explained to them. That's the time they prepared this document and gave it to me and told me, yes, you can keep fuel in the shed here because this is a shed which you prepared specially for it.
So where does he store the fuel in the compound?
Is akoyka esanso nyimabo mintole sokono wo kanti ume yaloji
wo bungo me ngalo ma cimenti bulo ko le bari nga concrete le man kroketo kabala nga concrete.
I built a special house for it, and it is built of cement blocks, but it has no roof. So that's where I always store the fuel, and it has holes for ventilation. So that's where I store these gallons when they are filled with petrol.
Okay, so do you store it in the 20-liter gallons, or you store them in a bigger container?
Yes, I always leave them in those 20-liter gallons, and I stack them together inside that small house.
Okay, can you show us the document from Fire Service?
Fire Service yo kaito mendila ilafta ujelale.
Also, an earlier answer that you had given, did you say it's when the government vehicles need to go on trek that they come to you for fuel with the area council staff?
Ako wati jumalo mansa kunda motolu kana nisula ta esansola. Wakata le ni tata tamola ila esanso banta bamfoja ni tata tamola fo wati jumalo ikana ite kang purka esanso taite bulu.
Well, Mokawolon, California don't go. Ni supply fuel la fuel ole banta. Mokalo itatole for natole.
Well, that I cannot say, but always what they do is an area council staff comes to me with that document. Well, I will not know whether they are about to embark on a trek or whether they are coming from a trek. I cannot know that. But it's always an area council staff who will come with me, who will come to me with that document and tell me that supply us with fuel so and so amount.
Yes, but you gave evidence earlier that sometimes some people need to go on trek and their fuel is short. And they go to the council and say, can you please help us because our fuel is short? Which are those people that you're talking about? Was it government staff, as in the GG cars, or is it area council staff?
Ako yalon komando no yafu nunko dolu ni tata tamola ning ila esanso banta utumole ka esanso kaning area council bulu so wol fanang man sakunda do kulal kilingol lembang fo area council fangola mol lemolde.
Well, those keno area council la moti, but those keno central government no.
Well, I don't identify, but I know that some of them can be area council staff, the others can be government.
Okay, and how do you get paid? Is it every month?
Well, sama kono ebuka kodo ni e check ko dintelate e kanjo ba check. Nin tata ni nga cash nka fuelol sang. Bari wo cheko ka cheko ni fuelo supply le fiber. Fo cardo e fa fo cardo e fo extra ntele kala bay I supply ntele kala bay dontola. So always cheko kabane ntele julo kataraje kata tenne so mboka long amount o kata nyama.
Well, they pay me in check. So whenever they give me this check, I will go and deposit the check where I always take the money. But usually the amount they pay me will be exhausted up to the point where they will start borrowing again from me. So I will continue giving them fuel until at a certain time when they will come, they will ask me to go, and I will go and they will give me another check of the amount which they owe me. So this is how the business is done. They pay me a check, but sometimes the amount they pay is exhausted within a short time, and they will start again borrowing from me.
So are you saying that they pay you in advance, in checks?
Ako so foi ke jole janni ba tala bang fodum ikatale ukola lo ekanejo.
Well, kum follow le muoti baradanta o follow la because kabiri joroke ye menjo yo tale fo la bang lantele na te donto so wo donto wo manna kuntuno anytime ni cheko jota akatara le julo bije ninga julo bondi balance o ni ninga isu abuka men ka continue julo la so ko nyi tata o nyal sai.
What happened is at the beginning they were paying me in advance, but after a short time the money was exhausted and they started borrowing. So that borrowing continued up to the end, because always when they pay, still there is some amount remaining which they should pay. But I don't mind, I'll always continue to supply them until when they pay another check. But their payments don't cover everything that they take from me. But I'll continue supplying them until later on.
And is it usual for them to pay you 3 checks in one day?
No.
No, that doesn't happen.
Okay, because we've seen a withdrawal in your name, or rather we've seen 3 withdrawals in your name on the same date, which is 31st of August 2022 from their account.
August karo till tan saba nin kilingo 2022 ya je ko yekodo bondi sinya saba wala na ayoku mo nyininka.
No, ndebuka kodo bondi sinya saba one day wonene mansoto.
Well, I don't withdraw money like that much, like 3 times a day. That never happened.
So this is showing withdrawals in your name, one for $50,000, the second for $50,000, and the third for $44,075, all on the 31st of August 2022.
2022 August karo till tan saba nin kilingo ye kodo bondi sinya saba domu wulita lulu do fana wulita lulu. What is the last amount?
$44,075.
Utata kanyan dalasi wuli tannani ni nani anin dalasi tawro wala ni lulu wala labanda
ceki kilingo e ceki saba tilikili
abe findita tilikili wala de
ntene na mamu
well I have never done any withdrawal like that. It must be from them but not from me. I've never done anything like that.
When you go to cash your checks, are you the one who always goes to physically cash them?
Ako ni be chekolu sambala pour yejo ifango kungole kata pour yela cheko ni yela kodo dilaba
mfangale kata.
Yes, I personally go with the checks.
And does the council have a copy of your ID card?
Ako for council yela ID card ya copy soto ne bang.
Well, for as a keno bayri kana ID card kana jele nka fo ka cheko din for ni womude.
Well, it is possible that they have a copy because I always come there with my ID card when they are issuing a check to me. So it is possible that they have copies of my ID card.
Sometimes we can photocopy.
Sometimes they photocopy. That's all possible because I always come with my ID card to the council when they are issuing me with a check.
Okay. And do you provide receipts to the council?
Ako fodo itakana receipt di council la ni ejo.
Mukaris dila nte la risto ka kementi nyim fomo nyine ka kente sedoti ko nyine mu official documenti ni nyim fomo nati e siol penkola sayno be obala o ni GPP enata e kawojele ni auditor nata kawojele so nte ni yaje ntenga fe issue foni mariat nata komboja na ko na fonye sen notebook kota na nata nkaw notebook ko sambala be transfer o kayto na transfer je nteka notebook ko nyim farale.
I only depend on that document that they prepare and print from the area council. That's the document which I rely on. So whenever they come to me with that document, and it is the document which is the proof that the area council needs an amount, so and so amount of fuel from me. That's what I rely on. But the only time that I will issue something to them is when Mariatu comes down to Combo. When Mariatu comes down here, she goes back with certain documents which I will take and look at it and then give it to them. Well, those documents, I don't even sign them. It is signed by the CEO, the financial director,
CEO, financial director. Coming chekola amount of banda.
Hani mosabo menka sign.
CEO lemu, procurement officer.
And the procurement officer. CEO. The procurement officer, the CEO, and the financial director.
Okay.
Those are the three signatories.
Do you have a receipt book for your business?
Ako foya receipt book osotone pour ila safaro ila business onye.
Hanga kilinati coffee.
Yes, I brought one copy as a sample.
Okay, can we see that, please?
Ako ila after one receipt.
Is it that one? Okay, so you issue these receipts to the council?
Ako foya kanyi receipt ole di council la bang.
Nyiristole, bari nyiristo ni badila. Akake kilinati. Ni
ikadi council lela.
Habar ni komini kodo chekola kodo totalo bebanda. Ya check ko jindanga mulem. Otumole kana nyiristo isu. Ni e bawjada dai amount o ke nyiristo bala. Ya ko kaitol bebala ya stefu.
What happens is that when they give me a check, that's the time when I issue them with this document. But they will write the amount in their own books, and I will prepare this receipt and give it to them. And they also will sign this document.
Okay, so you sign this document before you give it to them?
So
this sample that you've given us, it has your signature.
Yes, I signed it first.
And then you give it to them?
And give it to them.
And they enter the details in this document?
Yes, that's the time when they will take details from this document.
So you're not in a position to know what they've written on the document that you've already signed?
No, I don't know what they write there.
All right. Thank you. Chairperson, I applied to tender the sample receipt given by the witness, Dembo Giikineh. I also applied to tender separately the inspection document for Dembo Giikineh from Gambia Fire and Rescue. I'll apply that a copy of that be made and the copy be tendered. I'm grateful.
Ila fire service kaito bo copy la le yo murundi kan. Ba receipt nyingalo ibo kala siede kaito letila kaito lukono.
Okay.
Yes.
A sample receipt from Dembo Giikineh Enterprise is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/DG/JAC/004. And the Gambia Fire and Rescue inspection report dated the 15th of March 2021 is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/DG/JAC/005. And the application for the original be returned is granted. The registrar is ordered to photocopy the original and keep the copy in the file.
As a commission, please, I'm grateful. Mr. Giikineh, I just have one last question for you. Who is it that comes to enter the details in the receipt that you provide? Which of the council staff?
Ako council la do kula juman le kay mako safero la ni receipt bala e kamendi la te.
Ka safe nyadi.
Ya lo receipt fo fe tara saferinji.
Ha.
So jumale ka safe.
Nente tata ninga Mariatu le Marta nyinku bela procurement officer ni.
It is Mariatu who is the procurement officer who is responsible for all these things. And I always go to her.
Okay, so she's the only person that takes the receipt from you and fills it in.
Mariatu le karisto ni aya be tablet afunde ko nangam le ngari so diala. Mariatu le karisto ni sikani file be atani ne.
Baratile ka safe fana.
Ha.
Yes, she writes the receipt, and after writing it, she will take the receipt and the file and go to the top officers.
Okay, thank you very much. I have no further questions for the witness.
Any questions? No questions? All right, Mr. Giikineh, you are hereby discharged. We would recall you if we need you to clarify any further details later. And thank you so much for coming.
He's also saying thank you. He is asking for the original copy.
Yes, the registrar has gone to copy it. He can wait for it outside and collect.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
We may rise.